Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Down.
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
Today, we have our usual wide range of topics, as always. First, I did want to talk about the little ambassador program that WNBA has. I was reading about that article. I was reading that article that I sent in the chat, and there was actually some stuff in there that I didn't know about that. First of all, apparently the WNBA has this thing or this program where they select players and they have like a million to they have to spend at least a mil, and then if they don't if they don't spend that million, then it rolls over into the next year. So I'm pretty sure because the collective bargaining agreement gets renewed next year, if I'm not mistaken, they probably had to use all that million with who they had. So they have Ryan, Aaliyah Boston, Enrique, Brianna Jones, Jewel Lloyd, and Secure Austin, which I thought was a very interesting collective of people. And I think it shows the progress of kind of what they're trying to do. With Aaliyah, of course, that was the best rookie by a pretty large margin. And you want her to be the person to take that next step to be able to put herself in the forefront of the league. Enrique is arguably the most exciting. Enrique and Jewel are arguably, or Jewel, why did I keep saying that? Enrique and Jewel are arguably the most exciting players in the league, especially when they're hot. Sakira is another budding young star. Hopefully, she can have a injury-free third year. And Brianna Jones, she is probably I want to say has like the least marketable play style, but I do like that they are trying to find a way to uh, get a player like her involved in that and at the forefront as well. She's very good. Her injury, even though Connecticut pushed on and they did a fantastic job kind of righting the ship even with her there, she was a very important piece of that team. And I can only imagine what they would have done if she was there. Um, and, I think the program is great. And I hope that's something that they attempt to kind of revamp and continue to just do stuff with as the CBA gets renewed and all this other stuff. So I like it. The Kathy got me there.
So, my favorite thing about this is um, it keeps like I like the idea that the league is trying to find like the most marketable players and also um keep them on the forefront, like keep them on people's timelines. Like you're continuously seeing new content of them, even though the season is over. Because like you want and like in order to grow the league the way that um as long as this exponential growth is continuing, you want to have um your players, your league basketball ambassadors, you want to have them visible. You want them to be visible. You want people to be watching them. So the one thing that the W has had a disadvantage of is a lot of times the biggest stars in the league go overseas when the season is over. So what this program does, it not only does it give those players an incentive to stay, but part of the contract when a player agrees to be part of this program is they're prohibited from playing overseas during the offseason. So they're saying, we'll pay that instead for you to stay here and for you to do this marketing thing. But the way the players benefit, because in that article you sent, Ryan Howard mentioned that she'll be able to be 100% when the season starts because she won't be recovering from another season while preparing for this one. She might not be in as good a basketball shape, but she'll be fully healthy instead of, you know, you already got some season long wear and tear when the W season began. And she can stay here and she's the assistant coach at University of Florida. And I believe Bree Jones is also working as an assistant coach right now. Yeah, yeah. So that's the biggest benefit that I see.
And also on top of with Bree Jones, she also doesn't have to rush back from injury to go make her money from overseas as quickly as possible, which I also thought was dope. And she was saying this is she's played 7 years, and this is her first off season that she's able to spend her birthday at home, which is very crazy. Because, everyone wants to make their money and all that other stuff. And I understand that overseas grants you a lot of that. But at the same time, everybody want to be comfortable and everybody want to like be with most people just want to be with their family and be able to live at the end of the day. And for her to be able to be with her family and be with her friends, especially on her birthday of all days, and be in a place where she's used to, I think is a wonderful benefit. So yeah, I'm happy for all of them. I'm happy for like the league putting them in that forefront. I'm excited to see like what else content comes with that. The is it what is the is it I feel like I'm gonna say this wrong. I feel like it's pronounced how people mispronounce my name. Is it Donna Finn in the
What are you trying to say?
No, no, no. Okay, look. Hold on. No, because now I feel crazy. Either way, um, they were saying that the marketing program also helps with like getting these players other deals outside of kind of what they offer. Like it's more brand deals with people that they meet through this program, and they're able to garner them more. Like they end up making more money on the side as well because the people that they meet and the brand deals, the brands that they get close to, these players can meet other brands, and that's just like that's more money for them. That's more things for people to act like NIL can't do.
No,
Anyway,
Donovan, they're getting NIL money. Don't confuse them.
my bad. They're not getting it. I know they're getting salary, but they're not getting that NIL money.
Are you trying to pronounce this lady name?
Yeah, I'm scared though.
Bethany Donovan.
Like what? It's probably
It,
phonetic.
yeah, that's what that's what I'm going with.
It's, I mean,
Sorry, Bethany. We didn't know. No pronunciation key on here. Like what?
I've never heard of this lady.
You don't know her.
So I don't know. It seems like she's doing a nice job. So shout out to her. Um, what else? Also, dear Lord TSU. I know we talked about
See you.
TCU.
TCU.
I'm very dyslexic today. Uh, I know we talked about UConn last episode, but the fact that they had to cancel 2 games and then they're having open tryouts is crazy. Like you only have to get a physical and you had to have played high school basketball, and that is it. Like they are like, please, we need any and anyone to just to be able to play. which is very crazy. So, well wishes to them girls for real. Uh, when we talked about it last time, the mental load, going on top of rehab and injuries, seeing the people you love and care about being injured, and having to deal with like you only got 4 years. Well, most people only got 4 years. Like this is a year of my career I have to spend rehabbing from something or recovering mentally and physically recovering from something. Like that's very crazy.
Yeah, sorry to TCU. Which is crazy because they were like they were actually doing pretty well. And then Big 12 play started and they got smacked by like, who were they playing? I don't remember who it was. It was close, and then TCU just gave up. I don't know if they gave up or if that's when the injuries started to kick in or what, but they like from that moment on, it's been downhill from them. And I don't know what's happening, but like somebody got to figure something out. Because how did y'all lose so many players?
I've thought about how how I hate injuries, especially when it comes to college sports. It reminds me of something I read not too long ago about how organized basketball and specialization for young players is happening younger and younger. So like they're starting at like 8, 9 playing organized basketball and they're playing it year round. So it's just like by the time by the time they finish high school, they've they've played a career's worth of basketball. So like by the time they get to college, they already got all that um they got a bunch of wear and tear on their bodies. And they and because it's specialized, because they're like most of these kids are like deciding early on where I'm just gonna play basketball. Like those are muscle groups that aren't being that it's like there are it's better to have players or young athletes growing up playing multiple sports because they can work out multiple muscle groups and it like helps with your stretching and all of that. So if you're only playing basketball, you're working the same muscle groups year in and year out. By the time you get to college, it starts to break. It starts to wear on you. So I feel like that's a contributing factor in these injuries too.
And I think we also have to take a look at some of these parents. I know people joke about like Project LeBron and all this other stuff. Like when we talk about these famous celebrities, and it's like they try to get these kids in these sports earlier and earlier. Um, they People try to push people into the lives that they couldn't have, and so you get to a point where it's like, okay, my son is or my daughter is kind of good at basketball. So, and they're like 7 and they're like probably one of the better kids at their age. So, this is the only thing I'm going to have them doing for the next however long because I need this person to go reach heights that I personally could not reach. And it ended up hurting them in the process because, like Jay was saying, like you're putting so much of a workload on the same muscle groups over and over and over. You working out all the time. Y'all are playing AAU, Y ball, sports, like just regular school sports. And you get to college, and like once you get to college, like you were working out or playing your sport all the time. Like it is very limited breaks, and that is a lot. Like these kids need to not only just for the freedom of finding out things that they like what do you really like type thing, but also they just need that balance. It's so many muscle groups in like your legs and like your arms or whatever. And there's so many like secondary, tertiary muscle groups that just don't get touched when you only play one sport. And it's like, well, if this is not together, this whole shit gonna fall. And that's just what be happening. It's like these kids, they whole shit just be damn fall off the bone. And it's very sad.
I don't know. They need to, I don't know. Somebody need to make an announcement because I feel like not enough people are realizing that the kids playing the same sport all year round is like very detrimental. And I understand why people would think like logically, the whole like 10,000 hours you put into something like you perfected or whatever. And so I understand why people think that that's like a good route to take, but like we need to cut it out. We need to cut it out. It's honestly ruining, I think it's ruining sports at this point because every team, every year is dealing with all of these injuries. And it's like kind of like at this point, like, I don't know, we need to, I'm sure that this is the reason, because so many of them have specialized in basketball for so long, but like maybe we need to do another study because the number of like ACL injuries is crazy. Like I really want to know like what percentage it's gone up because like we know ACL is like the most common like basketball injury, but like it has to like surpass its like normal rate at this point because literally every time we look up somebody is tearing their ACL, which like like normal, but like is it normal? I don't know. We need to do something about it.
I'm worried we're getting to a point where you just think about like an exponential graph, and people always talk about how like in sports people are only going to get more athletic and better and stronger and things like that, and it's like it's only a certain point in that exponential graph to where it's like we're not really going nowhere no more. And I think it's hurting these people trying to get and reach a new level on the exponential graph to where I just don't think it's worth it. Like having your kid play like an AAU, like you playing like 4 or 5 games a day. Some of them they start playing at like 8 a.m. and they don't get done till like 8 p.m. And it's like, is that really? I don't know.
And the way AU going down, it's like, is your kid even good? Like, is your kid even good anymore? Like, sorry guys, you spent $500 fucking dollars, travel to the fucking middle of nowhere, and is your kid even good? Like, we need to wrap it up. We need to go back to open the rec centers. We need to go back to the community centers because it's getting nasty out here. It's getting nasty. And this is the result. Look,
Yeah.
this is again, I'm blaming positionless basketball. This is on you.
You paying 5 figures a year for your kid to stand in the corner.
And the motherfucker still can't shoot. Like, get out of here.
Man, 5 figures to be OG Ananobi.
Don't do that.
Let's see work. But yeah, these kids need to be playing. Some of these kids need to be playing football. Some of them need to be playing golf. Some of them need to be playing tennis. Some of them need to be playing all three. Ultimate frisbee.
And sometimes they need to be rested. Like I know, like some like it is okay. It is okay to be like, okay, for this amount of time, you ain't got to like how sometimes they say, oh, you got to be doing something at all times. Like sometimes they don't. Like especially if you can see them being like a legitimate, like successful athlete. It's like that rest time is gonna benefit them in the long run.
And two, I think too much. Like to the rest is important too. But I think too, like some like individual like and I don't necessarily mean individual, like you working with the basketball. Like sometimes you just need to go to the basketball court and shoot by yourself. You get your own rebound, you shoot your own shot, you dribble on your front porch. Like we need to get back to the basics. Like we need to get back to the basics. Let's bring back fundamental basketball because I'm tired. I'm tired. It's I can't.
That reminds me of something that Candace Dupree said, because she unofficially retired. Like she just decided she wasn't gonna play no more and didn't say nothing to nobody. So she mentioned that like adjusting to like when younger players were coming in the league, and now that she's an assistant coach in the NBA, she was like, a lot of these players come in and don't know how to set screens. These are simple things that you're supposed to be taught. Like when you first learn how to play basketball, it's just like these kids don't know how to do that because they coaches is like, look, we got to win. So I need you to get buckets. Just go get you a bucket. And it's like this kid can have all the talent in the world and not know nothing about basketball.
That's what I'm saying. The IQ is in the dirt. This is where I'm blaming positionless basketball. The IQ is in the dirt. The kids don't have no skills. They tired. Their leg broke. It has to stop. It has to stop. And it's super funny because I saw today a thread about people like kids playing AAU and like how it's like not oversaturated, but almost oversaturated because like so many people just like created teams for their kids and they're all going to these tournaments and stuff. And I'm like, yes, let's stop. Let's just stop. Like everybody's kid can't make it to the league. And you creating your tournament is really not getting your kid a better shot. You might be up a couple bands now, but you're going to hell. So hope it was fun.
Listen, if my
Like
kid,
your kid is 5'7". He not going to the league. Respectfully.
if I can make a tournament but my kid don't make it to the league, but I'm up a couple bands, I think I won. Sorry.
See, but that's the thing though.
Sorry, Junior.
Like
that's why you're going to hell because you fucking knew it already. Not even
like,
sorry, Junior.
That's what they thinking.
Because my kid gonna be, let's say my kid 5'8", and I'm like, this nigga not it. I love him though, this nigga not it. But then it might be like a 6'10" nigga that come and they hoop in my tournament. I'm like, damn, he like that. And I'm gonna get me some bands. I know that. People gonna pay to go see him. Like, maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe if I ain't perm your hair, you might have been. I don't know, man.
Should have took basketball more seriously. You know, I should have. I'm actually too small though. I could have never been a guard. I really wanted to be a guard, but it just I never had handles. But see, if I had put in that time, that one-on-one, maybe I might be somewhere.
This is gonna sound funny when I ask this, but I'm not being funny. How tall are you?
5'3".
You could have got right.
I would have had no choice but to be a point guard and like no. Look, I remember this is off topic, but I'm going to tell a funny basketball story. When I was in high school, I was in 10th grade, I think. I was on our JV basketball team, and we only had like, I think it was only like 6 of us, maybe 7. And we were playing like our rivals or whatever. And I really wanted to be a point guard, but my coach was definitely like, no, like you don't have the handles, you don't have it. But all my teammates were like we had this one point guard. She was really good, but I don't know why she wasn't in the game at the time. I don't know. Anyway, one of my teammates took the ball out, and I was standing there, so she gave it to me, and like I was bringing the ball up the floor, and like my coach called timeout so quick. He was like, "Sit your ass down," and I was like,
"Oh no!"
It's actually so funny because like I was like bringing the ball up so confidently, like ready to make the pass, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "They defend, like it worked. Like, you in a bucket. And he was like, don't do that no more. And I was like, you hating. You hating, Coach Mike. You hating. I remember going home and my mom was like cracking up. And she was like, I cannot believe them girls let you bring the ball down. I was like, what you mean they let me? And I do enough? Like, but yeah. I think we won that game though. So
It
just
was because you
saying.
brought the ball up.
It was.
Exactly.
It was in
Nah,
fact because
yeah, coach should have let you bring the ball up.
it instilled a lot of confidence in my teammates that I could bring the ball up the
Boo,
floor.
Coach Mike. Prayers down. I hope you're doing bad.
I love Coach Mike though, but yeah, he was like,
Okay,
come on, man.
maybe I don't hope you're doing bad. If
He
Jermaine
used to,
loves you, I don't know. I hope you regret your decision though. I do hope that.
he would be so mad, but like, I mean, he couldn't really take me out because we had that many people, but like, he's like, don't do that no more. I'm pretty sure I did it a few more times, but I mean, it was fine because, you know, people respected me.
You could have, listen, you could have played point for that biblical college.
Probably. I mean,
I know you wouldn't have had 8 turnovers in 9 minutes. I do know that for a fact.
no, because I would have sat down when I got to 3. I would have said, this is enough. I've had enough. We've all had enough. I'm gonna sit down. So I should have took it more seriously. Honestly, I have eligibility. Maybe I should go play TCU. I never used mine. So
You got high school basketball experience. How far are you from TCU?
Very far. It's like Texas, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even close.
Well, you're gonna get a scholarship and then they're gonna pay for your room and board. So
I mean, get a new degree.
Listen.
We pulling up all the TCU games.
I already got a plan. So boom. You already know that NIL money better than that WNBA money anyway. So bam, boom. So you gonna make the roster. You're gonna
I'm gonna get us a good sponsorship.
Yeah, you're gonna get an NIL and you're gonna get an NIL deal with Google. I already see it. Because you already took the pictures we already took the pictures together in the thing. You already got rapport. So they're gonna be like, that was you, nigga? Oh, that's great. And you just gonna be a fat ass $1 million check. And then you say,
I see the vision. We got it. I got us.
We're gonna tell Usher, you better start up another residency. We got the money. You better get another apartment.
Crying. Oof.
So yeah, as much as it pains me to sound like the old nigga at the barbershop, like it used to be better. But yeah, some of you people and some of your kids, I need you to relax and 1, let them be kids and kind of figure out what they want to do on their own. 2, let them play multiple things or they will regret it later, injury wise, and because they might like something else. And 3, all of them cannot be the best player on the court at all times. Please teach them to set screens, make entry passes. Lord knows. I tell people all this. I talk to people about this all the time. I feel like WNBA is so much like better fundamental wise than the NBA. And like you'll watch an NBA game and a nigga be open for an entry pass and like niggas cannot make that pass. And I'm like, this would never
blame the one and done rule.
Yeah, college development. I'm telling you, I honestly might need to go back and get a PhD for real. Like I might need to call TCU because I need to do a study. I need to do a study on IQ, basketball IQ, relative to when they stopped one and done in the development in AAU. I need to do the study. I need to see the numbers because it's nasty. It is nasty.
Now that we're off our old nigga soapbox. So Caitlin Clark is 221 points away from the all-time NCAA all-time scoring list. She is at 3,306. Jackie Stiles is 3,393. So she's probably going to pass her in like 3-4 games, knowing her. Kelsey Mitchell, Fever Legend, is at 3,402. She'll probably pass her in like 4 or 5 games. And then, of course, the Puerto Rican Plumcess is at 3,527. With Clark being 221 points away, how many games do we think it is going to take for her to get that? And where do you think this is going to cement her as far as like best college players ever?
I think people have already cemented her as like one of the greatest college basketball players ever. Do I agree with that? No. But I see why people would do that. I see why people would do that.
Oh,
But
I
I
already know
think,
people would submit her, like, but I want to know what Jermaine.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like you can't look like Candace Parker exists. I'm sorry, Candace Parker is like is for sure my basketball go. And like that lady didn't even play 4 years. Like it's just you can't. And that's not to say that Caitlin Clark isn't like a great basketball player, like Office of Assassin, just so exciting, all the things. But it's just like you just can't like. There have just been so many people who've played great basketball. Aaliyah Boston, like it's literally so many people before Caitlin Clark that just fucking hooped that you just can't be like, well, it's Caitlin, it's her. It's like maybe she's the first time you watch college basketball, and it's okay too. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a new fan. Like, I'm a relatively new fan, but
Same.
to just be like, yeah, it's Caitlin Clark. I mean, and it's an opinion, obviously, too. So you can have whatever opinion you want, but to just be like, oh, Caitlin Clark is because she scored 3,500 points. I mean, like, are you calling Kelsey Plum one of the greatest basketball players ever? Like, it just doesn't really make sense. Elena Deladon is like top 5. Are you gonna include her? Like, so I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And like, I really do like watching Caitlin play basketball. She's super fun, super electric, amazing court vision, which I feel like people don't talk about enough. But she's not my greatest college basketball player. So,
and I think my biggest thing with those type of all-time conversations is we don't have to do that. Like, why can't we just enjoy greatness? Caitlin Clark is probably almost definitely she's gonna be a college basketball Hall of Famer. Like, that's probably already set. So why do we have to it's like when you look at a player's accomplishments and you start doing the where do they rank all time, it's like it's almost taken away from their accomplishment, taken away from their skill and how much they're bringing to the game. Because like you going out there hooping every night, but as far like people want to win argument because they're like, oh, this player that ain't playing no more, she can surpass her if she does this and this. But it's just like, but why can't we just be like, this is a great basketball player that I'm watching. This is a great sport that I am watching. Why can't I just say these players are all voted for what they brought to their schools, for what they brought to their conference, for what they brought to this sport? We don't have to do the all-time stuff every time a player hits a milestone.
it's not a hot take, Jay. It has to be a hot take for it to sell. It has to be the best or the worst. It has to be an extreme. There is no middleman. So, Caitlin Clark's the best.
Jay, I just want you to know you needed some church organs behind you, and I think I might have to make something shake on the back end. You got a good guy, you know, that needed something. I might have to. Well, we'll see in the editing process.
But I no, like I for sure agree with that, because it's just like too, and it's like, and then you start to like really see like how people value basketball too when they like have these conversations. Because it's like, okay, you're saying Caitlin Clark's the best player in college basketball. Okay, like then you compare her to a Kelsey Plum, and it's like, are we just looking at offense? Do we care about defense? Do we care about IQ? Do we care about winning championships? Because like, you know, there starts to be so many things that like you have to factor in, or things that people bring up to be like, well, she never did this, or she only did this that one time. And it's like, why? We don't, you can just talk about what she's doing. But the real problem is that people can't talk about it because they don't watch basketball for real. They don't really like basketball. Like they like Caitlin because it's flashy, but they don't really like hoops. And two, they don't know basketball history. So they don't have nobody
He's
to compare
also
her to.
white.
and a white woman, we have not seen a white woman this good since Breanna Stewart. Well, actually, she don't even exist no more because there's a man named Stewart, so she don't exist. So we have not seen a white basketball player since fucking Rebecca Lobo. Like, I'm just saying, like, don't piss me off. Like, it's getting weird. It's getting weird.
Speaking of the Stewie thing, I just want to also say that it's like extraordinarily crazy. And then there are people that are
nasty.
There are people that are like, you know, Brenna Stewart shouldn't care that this random freshman has her nickname and all that advice. And it's like, maybe she don't care. I don't know. But y'all should care. Like, that's like if some nigga named with the initials MJ started playing for the Bulls and they started calling that nigga MJ. Like, are y'all think it's crazy? Like, I don't give a fuck what his initials is. What do you mean?
You need to be calling a nigga Michael, because that's the only thing that we care about. Like, what are you talking about? He's not Mike. Sorry. The name
somebody could get drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers and their names legitimately be King James, and I guarantee you they will find something else to call him. They will
KJ, what's good? Like, don't play. They will
figure some shit out. Like, it's a.
But you know what? I think it's just so crazy to me that UConn, of all places, like Breanna Stewart, like if we want to talk about college basketball legends, like she probably, like outside of Maya Moore, probably has like one of the best, like legit resumes. Like if we want to pull out accolades and accomplishments, like Stewart. And so for UConn to do it, it's even extra nasty. Like if this was a fucking school in like Oregon or something, I don't know, some random other school who was trying to name their kids Stewie, we don't care about you. But UConn, for you to post, and go, that's nasty. And the fact that they were like, so many people were like, it's not that deep. I'm like, this is y'all problem. Y'all, and just being like, it's cool. The UConn women's basketball team should have jumped y'all. Because, like, why would y'all post that on our page?
And then they were talking about that's been his nickname. We'll change it. It's done. You knew where you was going, nigga. What you know what happened when you put on that hat and you committed? Nigga, your nickname is done. That shit over. Put it in the dumpster. That shit cooked. Sorry, sir. I feel like, and it's crazy because like when people were saying that shit said stew. That shit did not say stewie. So the fact that I even tried that was really crazy. So yeah, I don't know. But speaking of Stewie and UConn, I'm sure we have seen Geno say it. First one, I just want to say, I know we talked about this earlier. I did not know this nigga Geno has been coaching since 19 1985. Listen, hold on. I have to share my screen because I have to look up things that happened in 1985. Because that's absurd. Because at that point, bro, there's no
No,
reason you should be doing that still.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was cracking up when you was like, when you said Color Purple came out, because that bitch that had 2 movies. The book that's been re-released like 12 times. Like,
Bro.
major events. No, wait, go back up.
I'm about to go to the Wikipedia page. So the internet's domain name system is created. Israel was drawing troops from Lebanon, which is also crazy.
Literally.
A damn 8.0 earthquake in Chile. The 57th Academy Awards. Amadeus won Best Picture.
WrestleMania, the inaugural WrestleMania.
The first WrestleMania. Why are you still coaching? Come on now. Well, Mr. T was there. Like, I don't.
Oh
Like,
my God.
the U.S. President Ronald Reagan joins West German Chancellor. I'm not saying that man's name, but U.S. President Ronald Reagan. Come on, dude. You need to be doing something else. Like the fact you haven't done I understand he's a legendary coach. He is very successful. I get it. But at a certain point, nigga, go get another job. Because god damn. Like I know it's somebody that was like that got
He's
hired.
worse than a wired hanger for real.
Bro.
We need a new term. He can't.
Studio Ghibli was founded in 1985. Like, I know it's somebody that started working at UConn probably in like, let's say like the mid 2000s. That's like, maybe I can move up when Geno retires. And they sick as fuck.
Super Mario Brothers is released for the Nintendo Entertainment System. That is crazy.
And that nigga named Luigi. Crazy as fuck.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
Like a total solar eclipse occurs over Antarctica. Like DNA is first used in a criminal case. Sir, go get a job. Like,
he said, go get a job. That is crazy. The nigga got a job. That's the problem.
Bro. He need to do something else.
Except the risk is crazy. LA and Boston Celtics series 4-2. Has Oklahoma been 11-1 since then?
Bo Jackson won a Heisman. The Dolphins were in the Super Bowl.
I want to know what love is by Foreigner. With the number 1 song.
Back to the Future and Beverly Hills Cop. The Goonies. National Lampoon.
That's crazy.
The Cosby Show.
60 Minutes?
The Golden Girls. Like
a minute.
This is crazy. Janet Jackson won. Does that say Janet Jackson?
Where you see that at?
Oh no, it says Michael Jackson. JK. Song of the year was "We Are the World." That's crazy.
Like I just don't like this. I need him to do something new with himself at a certain point.
Okay, so
go ahead, my bad.
Okay, so my main issue is he was like, it makes college sports transactional. And I'm just thinking, has it not always been transactional? Like, you got college coaches saying, I don't care if they make it to the next level because when they come to my program, I need them to win games for me. It's just like you are like there are coaches who are vocal about not caring whether the players they coach are well equipped for the next level or not. This has always been transactional. This has always been about what I can do for you, what you can do for me. And also, it's just like I didn't like the way that he made it like it's funny how these like older coaches especially seem to have a huge problem with NIL because it's just like, oh, it's about the purity of the sport. It's just like you think about how the NCAA been getting over on these kids forever. So it's just like the second that they get one thing to themselves, now everybody's got to follow.
And the thing that gets me is like, it's for one always been transactional. But the thing that gets me is like you, like Geno, you are literally coaching from literally like one of the most like decorated fucking women's basketball program. Like if you are have literally been coaching at the top women's basketball program my entire life. Okay, longer than I have been alive. And you're talking about transactional, buddy. You didn't have to. You're mad because you didn't have to do a lot previously. The now with the transfer portal and like NIL, these other programs have a better opportunity to get better players and to bring some people to the forefront. Before, your school had all the money, all the resources, all the blah blah blah, and most of these other programs didn't. And you benefited from that. So for you to be acting like, oh, well, I don't know why they would want to do this, or like, this is bad for the game. It was bad for the game for all of them players to go to your team. Now we're seeing some parity and you got an issue. Like, no. You have to, as a coach, stand on whatever you said you was gonna do for that kid. You gotta stand on business. And if you don't uphold your end of the deal, they get to leave. It's not to say that transferring is even like a new thing either. Like they could been do that. Now they have less, they don't have to sit out and all that kind of stuff. But like it's always been transactional. You just benefited more, and people have now the students have more opportunities to like do what they want, and you're like complaining. Like if you was as good as a coach as you say you are, like you'll be happy for your students or your players to want to come and play for you because now you know that they're there to like they're here for you and your expertise and for the resources that you can provide them. Like honestly, that's what you're here for, to provide the resources. Like I don't know what you expect to do. Just be like, hey, I'm happy to be here. Like glad you recruited me.
Especially since it's not even like if if people are going there and winning a NCAA championship is not easy by any means, but it's not like they've like won recently either. So it's like it's not even like niggas just there. And it's like I may not be getting what I want, but at least I still want my NCAA championship. Like it ain't even y'all for a minute. So it's like I also think it's crazy because from my understanding, the woman that he was using as an example, she fulfilled her 4 years where she went, and then as a grad transfer, she went somewhere else. So it's also like, if anything, she fulfilled her end of the bargain. Like playing 4 years somewhere is what you're supposed to do. So why is it that I decide to use the other year of eligibility to go somewhere else? Is that an issue? So yeah, I don't know. Without like getting like entirely philosophical, I feel like in a general sense, relationships are transactional anyway, because it's just about like all relationships to some degree are transactional. Like you might not be providing the same things, but like every relationship is providing something, or else it wouldn't be a relationship at all. So it's like, what is wrong with seeing that I'm not getting what I want out of this relationship and being like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go to another school that also said I could get what I want out of it and also get money with it at the same time. Like, think about, I mean, the most recent example I can think of is Tashina. Like, she is absolutely thriving with South Carolina. And a lot of people said that it wouldn't really work out that well, or, but she's like been amazing for them so far, and they've helped her out a lot. But like, if that was just something where like she couldn't do because she didn't fulfill her transactional end of the bargain, like I can imagine like how she'd be feeling right now, or how South Carolina would look, or whatever. So, it's this seems very old man yells at cloud of him, and I think he know that time is almost up because
It,
when you've been
yeah.
coaching since 1985. I think it's
At the same
time
place. At the
at the
same place.
same. See, because if he had been like in different, like maybe like 3 different places, I'd be like, oh, nigga, what? That's a long time, but I get it. But like 1985 at the same place, like, nigga, go home. You make you make more money than most school programs. Like, like, nigga, you good. Like, what are you? What are you?
Like if it's about the hoops, Geno, get your players the money. Let's start donating to some of these programs. Let's bring it back to the hoops, because and then he's hypocritical because literally I'm pretty sure Lou last season was like one of their like she was hooping for them. I'm pretty sure she came from a mid-major. Like you're picking motherfuckers out the portal just because. I mean, that's not your main thing. Like you use that motherfucker too. So like, what's the difference?
We say, Jermaine, it's always a man.
It's always a man. They're gonna embarrass you every time. Every time.
And I'm just going to I'm going to read this excerpt just so I think it's word, just so I don't want things to be misquoted. How do you coach in an environment where the players feel like they owe you nothing and you owe them everything? Nigga, you do. What? Like they are putting their trust into that that was crazy. You are putting they are putting their trust into you that you will help craft their career into something they see, whether that's something, whether they just want to become better players, whether they want to win something substantial, whether they want to do both. Like like you're the adult in the room. Like you're getting 18, 19, 20, maybe 21-year olds like coming to your program to help progress their career in whatever way they see fit. Maybe some of them don't see themselves playing at the next level, but they still want to like win, or they still want to like do something. Like they want to help progress themselves. You should want to be that adult in the room because nigga, you are an adult in the room. You've been coaching longer than these people been alive. Like when Don helped like figure out that program for I can't remember which player it was, but it wasn't like a program for her at South Carolina, but she like found a way to make it fit with what she wanted to do. Like that's the type of stuff Don is the adult in the room. Like she has to find a way to make things work for her players. You should want to make things work for the people you coach. These people might be a revolving door for you because you've been there since 1985. It's probably harder for you to remember certain players because you've been coaching a long time. But like you are their coach for their prime developmental years. So yeah, it's a very crazy, man.
just very nasty of him. Very nasty. Yeah, very nasty. I can't. I think it just was like a really silly thing to say. Like I don't like be a better coach. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like
What time running out? Listen, Diana about to retire. I need him to be next. Bill Belichick just retired. Niggas ain't never think that was gonna happen. Or Bill Belichick just left. He's sorry, he's not retiring. Sorry, but he is leaving. People never thought he was gonna leave the Patriots. But you know, everybody who people thought wasn't gonna be out the paint, it's almost time.
Mr. Alabama man is gone. Like look, the end of an era. We gotta wrap this up.
I thought about him, but I forgot his name. And so Mr. Alabama man does in fact work for me.
Nick Saban.
Yes. I'm just trying to figure out. So Geno was the assistant coach at St. Joseph's from 1978 to 1979. Then he was the Bishop Kendrick High School assistant coach to 1979 to 1981, to the Virginia assistant coach from 1981 to 1985, to the Connecticut head coach from 1985 to now. How?
Was getting literally every recruit. This is why I'm saying he can't, like, I can't take him seriously because you got every recruit from 1985. It's you in Tennessee. From 1995 to damn near 2008, 2009, maybe even beyond that. Because how old is Paige? 2024. So like 2020, you probably been getting top recruits from like 1990 to at least about 2015 to 2020.
Okay. Who is Chris
So like
Daly?
you have no reason to lose.
who is Chris Daly?
Who?
Or like, okay, so there's a dude named no, is that it? Okay, excuse me, Christine A. Daly. They were the assistant coach for Geno when he started. Both of them, they applied and they interviewed, and Geno made it, and they didn't. And so they were the assistant coach from 1985 to 1988. And then they've been the assistant head coach since 1988. Do you know how mad I'd be thinking this nigga gonna do something else at some point, and he just fucking don't. Man, I want to be a head coach. Get your ass on.
They're a family. We will never leave them. It's a cult. Which is good. That's good for them. That's good for them.
Get your ass on. Sorry, I will admit this is like this. That was really my fun fact of the day. I'm probably not gonna get over this for a while. 1985, bro. Nigga, when the Simpsons come out? Like, dude.
The Simpsons was not out yet. The Simpsons came out in 1989.
That's crazy.
He's almost been coaching for 40 years. Imagine your coaching career having a midlife crisis. Do you know how crazy that is? Your head coaching career at the same place, went to elementary school, middle school, high school, got a permit, a driver's license, could drink alcohol, got a DUI, went to jail, went out of jail.
Not even okay, so it's not even that he's been coaching for that long. He's been the head coach at UConn for that long. So he was coaching before that. It's just like, and he's been at this exact program for
Nigga,
39
you're
years.
not bored, nigga. Like,
You get all the good talent. Now he's bored. Now he's probably like, look, I'm getting too old for this shit. But nigga, if you win, like you get Brianna Stewart and you win 4 back-to-back championships, I'm
See, now he not even bored now. He just angry. It's now it's like, all right, I ain't won since 2000 and during 2016. Now niggas starting to piss me off. I done been here too long, and I'm not used to this. Cause what the fuck going on?
Their like Final Four streak just got broken like last year. Like they were on like I don't even remember what the number is. It was a crazy number of like straight Final Fours appearances.
The last time they weren't in the Final Four before last year was 2007. They went to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. So 2007 to 2023 is like, what is that? 16 years?
16.
Did I do math?
Yeah, it's 16 or 17. I think it's 16 though.
16 years to the Final Four. 16 years of your team being on top is crazy. I'm not quitting either. Where is the extension? We need another meal. I am doing my best work. Like, I mean, I wouldn't leave either, but still, it is giving grumpy old man.
Yeah. See, it's okay. Like being grumpy is tolerable when you winning, but like when a team starts to lose, they're gonna be like, what's up with this dude? Because like we got to figure something out because Buddy is tripping. It's like, no, Buddy been tripping the whole time. It just didn't matter before. It didn't matter before. Now it matters.
This kind of reminds me of what's that? He was like a football coach for like I don't remember who he coached for. Oh no, he's a basketball coach. He's a men's basketball coach, and like they used to win, but he used to like throw stuff at players, and he like got in trouble for hella shit. But like people ain't really care because he used to win all the time. And then they was trying to
Bob
fire
Knight.
him. Yes, dude.
Oh,
Bob
he just
Knight,
died.
Yeah, he did.
He did just die. He's
right
an
there.
Indiana.
He was tripping.
He
But
was
yeah,
tripping.
he was tripping. He was tripping, but it was just like it's the same thing. It's just like
He was winning, so people didn't care.
if we win and let him trip. Like that's it though. Like that's really it. That's why
Like,
Bill Belichick is not with the Patriots no more. Because like, he be in the media all mysterious, wearing his sleeveless hoodie all the time. And it was just like nobody had a problem because they won 6 Super Bowls. It's like, hey man, we done had back-to-back losing seasons. What you got to say? He just like it's like, yeah, bro, he gotta go.
well, to be fair, is Bill Belichick like mean or is he just weird? He kind of remind me of like Pop.
So from what I've heard, he appears to be I've heard that he's like pretty cool for like a cool guy, but with the media, he's really like standoffish, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
Because the media do be getting weird, so I don't blame him.
They do.
Papa's also kind of the same way. Like he seems like a real cool nigga, but it was a point where like he would not give the media straight answers for anything, and it was kind of funny. But sometimes it was like kind of being a weirdo.
Same thing. See, Spurs fans starting to get sick of Pop now because they losing. They just like, hey man, what's up with him, man? Like it was okay because we was winning, but now we not winning. Now we not winning, and he's still like this.
Yeah, I'm looking at Bob Knight Wikipedia page. He was kind of tripping. he was kind of tripping.
I ain't gonna say that.
Well, you live in Indiana, so you can't say nothing because somebody might damn swanton bomb you and you're not paying attention. But
I was cracking up because when he died, when he died, where was I? What was I at? I don't know where I was at, but like after he died, people was like around me. I was somewhere and people were talking about how he had died, and I was like, "Do y'all don't even know each other? Like, why are you talking about this man's death? Like who? Like, what are we doing? This is weird. This is
I
getting
thought it was funny how like somebody had put out this article that's basically it was like, yeah, I know Bob Knight died and like which is kind of sad, but don't forget he was kind of shitty. And which I'll be all fair game for because people be dying and people be trying to act like niggas ain't never do nothing when they was alive. And it's like, listen here, if you did some shitty shit and you die, that just means you couldn't like amend your situation. You still shitty. Sorry. Sorry you died, but you can fix it. Nigga, you suck. So he was just like, don't forget, but I'm not a kind of shitty nigga. And, you know, niggas was like, you know, don't even, like, you can't talk about him like that because he just passed away. And, you know, he's an Indian legend and all this other stuff. Like, sorry to him.
like he shouldn't have did all that stuff. Like, what you want me to do? He did it. Like, if he ain't want us to break it up when he died, he should have died. Like, I don't know.
Should have been a little stronger.
Sorry to that man.
So, yeah, you know, I'm sure Geno is not as bad as Bob Knight, but I'm ready. You know, it might be that time. Is like we said, wire hanger.
He can't be a wire hanger. That is for the 30s and the that's for the mid to late 30s.
He might be a.
He's too old to be a wire hanger. We gotta give him something else. What was they using before hangers in closets? Like a coat hook?
No. What's that? The thing that they was putting outside.
A drying rack? Clothesline.
Yes, he might be clothesline. Yes.
He can't be a wire hanger though. He's too old.
I think he's a clothesline. His coaching career is a wire hanger because it's in his 30s, but he is a clothesline.
Please.
But speaking of coaching, we seen who's up. The Phoenix Mercury just added to their coaching staff. They just added Michael Joyner and Megan Vogel, who neither have WNBA experience, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it is a tweet that got put in the chat, but they are leaning very heavily on Chrissy Tolliver, which is kind of like I don't really think that like I mean besides the fact that I already don't think they're making that good of a decision with this coaching because they should have kept Nikki Blue, but we already got into that. But two, I don't think this is fair to Christy because it's like, nigga, I gotta teach 3 people the ins and outs of this league, and like y'all are supposed to be like the main people on this. Like, this is putting a lot on her, and this is putting a lot on the players.
I will only give Megan some credit because she got drafted. I guess her career wasn't that long. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it from what I read. But yeah, I don't understand the Mercury. Like, and also where is Nikki Blue? Like I need her to like make a statement and say like it was my decision to like leave the organization or something because I'm getting suspicious. This is getting weird. It's getting really weird. Like, how are y'all clearing house right now? I mean, y'all probably should have. You should have did that before you hired Vanessa, but like, okay.
Yeah, and people are like, I'm sure people are trying to compare it to like when Becky Hammon brought on Tyler Marsh and other former NBA assistants, but it's just like it's a little different when the head coach for your WNBA team is a former WNBA player. It's like it's easier for the message to get across when the head coach is the one that has the knowledge already. It's just like Christy Tolliver is gonna like she's got a lot of she's got a lot of weight to carry because the you're dealing with a lot of coaches that don't know much about the people aspect of this league. It's just like you can be as good of a basketball mind as you want to be. Like there's more to coaching than that. This is like being able to call plays like it might not even be half the job.
Yeah, but they don't seem to like care about that, which is so interesting to me. But I don't. They are the Phoenix girl dads until from further notice, so I don't really care what they do at this point. Like,
Listen,
go with them.
I'm not particularly a betting man because every time I bet, it makes me angry. But I think if I have the option to put the under on their win totals this year, I will be fucking slamming it. You hear me? If that shit is 10, I'll be slamming it. If it's 8, I'm be slamming it. I don't even care
Like
because
the
there's just
only
no
the only
way.
thing I can think of, like they would have to go all in on like being one of the older teams in the league and saying, "Oh, we got a bunch of vets." So that's like a coaching aspect almost. Because I just don't see it. Like you can't just have a draw plays up and that be it.
I just, it's like, who gonna want to go there though? That's also my thing. It's like, mm, is this what I really want to do with my career?
Ability. So I mean, they're going to be a step above some
Is it
other
even gonna be
places.
done by this season?
Not by this season, but in the future. I mean, they're building for a future thing. I think. I don't know. Maybe Mr. G League will develop the girls into. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence.
I just feel like they're treating this like a Disney movie, and that's not what this is. I just, I don't
Like
know,
Disney
man.
movie is crazy, but at least you know there's a lesson in the end. We'll find out.
The lesson will be, it's always a man. And that's the only thing I'm gonna be able to get out of that. It's just like I just, I just don't see how you don't give Nikki Blue another run, at least another year. Like, and I felt so bad because when I was looking at the highlights for the last video, and I think I was looking at I can't remember. I think it was like BG highlights or something. Like it was one of the few games in the season where they were actually beating somebody by a good margin because they was getting smoked last year. And one of the commentators was like, "It's gonna be hard not to give Nikki Blue a contract extension because she's making a very compelling case over the last such and such games." And it's just like, if only you knew. I hate telling good people bad news.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Phoenix, Katie, the best thing that's happened in Phoenix sports. It's not. I don't know. Is
All
there
right.
Jay? Is there an Arizona sports team that's good?
Um,
The Diamond?
okay. The Diamondbacks were good for yeah. No. The Diamondbacks are pretty good. Yeah,
Okay.
they were shockingly good this year.
Did they win the World Series?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
I just remember them being whatever. I don't understand how fucking baseball. Like I understand the sport, but like how they do their playoff thing, I don't
Yeah,
understand that. I
yeah.
don't get it. I don't know.
The Diamondbacks were in the World Series, but they lost.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
All
That makes
right.
sense.
Well,
So they were good enough to be number 2. So they're okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, they're pretty.
well, sorry to the girls. I hope you can keep it up another year. Well, I know we were going to talk about some of our favorite upsets so far because it has been upset season recently. I did just see that Villanova beat Marquette.
Let's go, Lucy Olsen. Let me look up my girl stats. Hold on. No, I think I already have it open. Lucy Olsen put up 37, 4, 5, and 3 steals on 12 of 19 shooting. She was going off. And that is my 3v3 queen. And that's all I'm going to say.
If I have to pick an upset, I probably want to go with Iowa State because they beat Baylor. That is something. Yes.
What Jermaine said? I knew you bitches were gonna fall.
They did just get upset by Texas Tech, which is a little embarrassing. But I'm gonna let them slide on that because they had a good week last week. So we're gonna forget that game today happened. But they up. They up right now. That wasn't even my favorite upsets. Y'all know what my favorite upsets was this past week? Can y'all guess?
Was it?
Oh,
Oh, Jason. Oh,
Let me
was it
pull.
Auburn?
No, the Auburn win was good. What's that lady? Kim Mulkey, sister. Why you trying to get? And why they was on Angel Head? I don't like that. I don't like that.
No. I will say, if people were talking about what excuse what excuse Kim Mulkey was going to say, and I think the absolute funniest thing that she said was the fact that she was like, "Yeah, they just watched the boys yesterday, and they just lost." So it's kind of just like, damn, like
she was like, she said all that sorry rubbed off on us.
That the men stink, so we did too. I'm honored. She's actually wild for that. I cannot believe she said that. But that wasn't my favorite. But shout out to Auburn because they did. Who else did they beat? No, they lost to Ole Miss. But it was close. It was close. My two upsets from last week came from Florida State.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sarah Bajetti, first of all, UNC, they beat UNC. They lucky that Deja Kelly she was not smart. They're a little lucky because she was not smart. Because if the girlie was smart, they might have lost. But she's not. So, she wasn't. So, the 27-piece Sarah Bajetti. But then they turned around and beat Virginia Tech. Okay. So that 30-point double that lady got out of the window. No one cares because you lost. Had her first 30-piece, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. And Tanaya Latson, that's Tanaya Latson. Oh, Tanaya Latson has a 20-piece. She actually did good in the second half. Well, in that last quarter, she did really good. But Michaela Timpson with the block of the game to secure the win for Florida State. Seminoles are up. The Seminoles are up. That's all I have to say. And the Hokies are down. And so I won last week.
It's always it's definitely it's always funny when people have great games and they lose, but like you were hoping they lost so you could flex about it and be like, this won't be remembered. Like I think I think Andy Davis gave us 40 on Christmas and they lost. Well, it's like, sorry. You were forgotten in the annals of history, buddy.
No
you
one
took
cares.
it out that day.
You lost.
Let me look at some of these upsets in the past. Well, I'm gonna start from Sunday, January the 7th. So Virginia Tech beat NC State.
Oh, you went real far back.
Well, it's only 10 days. Is that a long time?
I mean, yeah, that was like last week.
Okay, well, let me.
Don't, you shouldn't even brought that up because that was nasty. North Carolina State let me down that day. I was almost when I say I was looking at my TV with my mouth on the floor, I said, I know she fucking lying. So I actually don't want to hear about that. I'm gonna pretend you didn't say it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start from today and work my way backwards then. So Texas Tech beat Iowa State. Why did I just get really country all of a sudden? Villanova beat Marquette. I guess USC being UCLA is technically an upset.
It's an upset. They was cooking them girls. It was getting crazy down the stretch.
Florida State beating Virginia Tech, like you said.
Kansas State beat Texas. I don't know how far.
Iowa State beat Baylor, like you said. I'm just on Saturday, January 13th. I'm gonna stop on next Wednesday.
This is probably isn't an upset you're gonna see, but Texas A&M beat Tennessee, and that was the nastiest basketball I've ever seen Tennessee play. And Kelly Harper, pack your bags because this is embarrassing. You're embarrassing me and my homegirls. When I say it was nasty, I was like, sometimes teams start a little slow, and I was like, I'm gonna cut it on to see what they do. And when I say they just never picked it up, I was like, against Texas A&M? This is not the one you lose. This is not the one you lose. So somebody tell Kelly to pack her bags because she embarrassing me and my homegirls. Like, you're bringing Rakia's draft stock down. Get her out of here. Like, get her out of here. Get her out of here.
We're gonna get her to Atlanta.
Anything in the name of the tank. Sorry, you're gonna get less money when you get drafted, but you will enjoy making TikToks with Ryan Howard. You'll have a great time, I promise. We'll get you some wings to make up for it. Listen, you probably could play with Scott Dickinson.
All I'm saying.
DeWanna Bonner back on Twitter, so she's gonna get Skylar to the sun. I will be putting that in the air.
She said she's still trying to figure this thing out. I don't think she's gonna be able to. If she don't text her,
nah, it's like that first stage of Twitter when you first make your account and you be like, man, I don't know what to do on here, and then you dip off for like a month and a half. That's where we at right now. That's where we at right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be too late by then. I feel like she's gonna use it during the season, and I'm so glad she's not on like NBA Twitter, and like of course she's not on NBA Twitter because she's like a woman, or she's playing in the WNBA. But like during the WNBA season, it's always people that be like the WNBA Twitter is so toxic and all this other stuff, and then like the NBA season be starting up, and I'd be like, this is the most vile sports talk I've ever fucking seen.
What is it about hoops that gets the people so riled up?
It's like women's Twitter, WNBA Twitter is so like, yeah, it can be kind of annoying sometimes, but like for the most part, it's pretty chill. I feel like the conversations are pretty normal. I've said this before, but I think the sport is young enough to where I feel like the conversations can be molded in the right directions to where it's not like as agenda based, or it can get to that point. Like the fans still have control of where things go to a degree, but like because in the NBA they basically already decided like everything is gonna be hot take land, and this is what we're gonna do. And ain't nothing people could do about it. So like people just say like the most vile shit, and like of course with sports betting now, people don't make their bets, and people start wishing death on people now. It's like it's just so nasty, and it's like I cannot believe y'all are trying to be like, yeah, WNBA TikTok is the nastiest place on Twitter. This shit is a fucking cakewalk. Do you hear me? That Timberwolves Brazil kicked off when the Timberwolves won their first game, and I was like, no way. Y'all are comparing the NBA or WNBA. It's like, no, no, no. It's not possible. This is just not possible.
Like I feel like the women in general have like a certain level of decorum that they follow. Like if somebody on WNBA Twitter say some wild shit, everybody's gonna collectively be like, "Okay, bitch, that was racist. Sit down." But like, it's like they're gonna attack you. They're gonna attack you. But on the NBA shit, it's like
on NBA Twitter,
so diabolical. Like, what are you?
On NBA Twitter, people are racist on purpose. Like,
Yeah, like not in the microaggression kind of way, in the hard R kind of way. Like it's yeah, is different.
That's insane. Yeah. So there's still a level of decorum that I appreciate. Just this is look, that's why I don't get into I try to stay out men's business because I'll be seeing some stuff and I'll be like, I thought this was like all of those like news pages. I'm like, when I first see them, I was like, oh, these are just like cute fan pages for like the different players.
bro, them muse pages are bro, it's a Darvin Ham muse. Excuse me? The coach for the Los Angeles Lakers does not need a muse. And then they be tweeting like they the players. So like somebody got traded and they were just like, it's been a fun ride. Thank you. Whatever. I can't remember who it was. And it's like, bro, you are not this person. I think y'all are just y'all are too locked in trying to be these people. I think we're just being nasty right now. I just like I've said some things about Drew Holiday being on the Celtics. I've enjoyed his time more recently in the past month as he's got more acclimated. He's great. I will amend my statements. I don't think he's better than Marcus Smart, but I will amend my statements. Drew Holiday does not need a muse. There's no reason. Certain players just don't need to be stand. A whole fan account? Come on now. What does your room look like? Can you tell me that? What did you eat today? Yeah, I think I might just screenshot every like really bad thing I see on NBA Twitter so that when the WNBA season starts and people are like, this shit is so toxic, I can be like, is this what you want? You rather this?
Like, let's have a season debate, people. You don't want to become these people.
See, most of that and most of the agenda stuff comes from people that watch basketball, maybe, but people that don't really like basketball, people that like being right, or they like having points to dunk on other people. It's just like this is like you can tell by the way that a lot of those tweets are structured. It's just like y'all don't be interacting with people talking about ball for real. Like y'all wouldn't even know what to talk about. Like, I feel like, and it's not even one of them like, oh, have y'all ever played? Like I'm not that type. I'm not that type of guy. But like, it's so clear that people will watch a game and not understand what they're looking at. So they'll just be like, oh, I'm gonna just say outlandish stuff about this player and I'm gonna make that my brand. And it's just like, why do you need a brand? Why can't you just like the sport?
Why do you need a brand is the golden question of the day. You don't need this. It's okay. I'm just like to a degree, I think slander is absolutely hilarious. But like certain times, people will like let it affect the way they view basketball as a whole. And I'm like, you're so committed to this bit, you being nasty. And it's like, why are you so committed to this bit? What happened? Where did we go wrong? Oh, it's one thing that we forgot to talk about. It's crazy. We were talking about EDD potentially leaving, and they done quarter. What we doing?
Listen. 10-4 halftime. 10-4 halftime.
Hold on.
So what the core is, that's who we finna trade you to and who we finna get from them. So it's just like, oh, you want to go to Connecticut? They're gonna be asking for, like, it ain't gonna be crazy because you're gonna have, it's just gonna be like, enough to make the salary match, but it's gonna be like, I have a feeling it'll probably be Natisha Heidemann and then something.
Wait. Hold on. Let me look at Connecticut's salary, bro. I would just like to say Connecticut.
Letitia Heidemann and maybe some draft. A
Connecticut
draft
might be the worst spelled word in the world.
because you can't spell it.
Yes, actually, that's exactly why.
Yeah, it's up there with it's up there with restaurant.
Restaurant is crazy. It is almost phonetic, so it's like you should not be spelling this word wrong, but it don't make sense at the same time. Like
I'll
it's something
spell.
about the UA that just
Listen, if somebody's put a gun to my head and said spell Connecticut first try, plan my funeral today because it's just not getting done.
I'll be trying to sound it out. Connect it like it.
Yeah, it's rough. It's up there.
I'll try to spell it out and it just never. Connecticut. Where did this where did the C come from?
Connect.
Yeah, I had to think of it like connect, but you don't say it like
you don't pronounce it. You don't say connect.
It's
Connecticut.
yeah. Nah.
Now I might start saying connect the kid just to help my brain, but
No wonder they call it Yukon.
That needs
What
to
else?
put them for real. Let me look at the Connecticut Sun salaries because
I think they paying the T-shirt a good little bit. WNBA salaries don't really make sense to me because I feel like they're all super close. So to me, it's like no variation. Like I'm sure there is, super max, whatever. But all of them so close, it's just like it's just an amount of money going out.
yeah,
So this
I also have always felt like that. Because
Yeah.
like Leah Brown makes 66,000, and then Ty Harris makes 97,000, and then Heidemann makes 120,000, and then Alyssa Thomas makes the most money, and she makes 218,000, and it's like
okay, that's kind of a big jump.
that like the Alyssa Thomas to Natasha Heidemann jump is the biggest, but like everything from Heidemann down is kind of like, could this really not? Can you really not just mix and match this however you want to?
Yeah. So if you're Connecticut and it takes Heidemann and Ono to get EDD, do you do that?
Ooh, see, if you would have said, if you would have said Heidemann and Carrington, I would have said pack your bags.
But the thing about Carrington though is like she's so like that spark that she gives them with the bench scoring. I think that helps her case.
It absolutely does help her case, but then you also
But
can't replace her.
I feel like
You can replace that with aerial powers. Um, but
I mean you're getting EDD, so like I'm sure that EDD can get us, a little 10 points apiece, 10 points a game.
yeah,
I
it
think
may
she can
like
pull that off.
maybe you could let EDD run a bench unit for a little bit, just like maybe like Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner are the first two to sit, and then EDD plays a little bit longer than the rest of them, and then she sits most of the second.
And
And
you
it's like,
bring back, and you probably bring back Bree Jones, right?
yeah.
Right.
And you
Ray
still
Jones should be
got
ready.
Ty Harris. But at the same time, I do see what you're saying, because if you do bring back Bree Jones and you're bringing in EDD, do you need Ono as much?
Yes. What when Bree and Ono's, I mean, when Bree and EDD sit down, who gonna be up there? Leah? Like, no, you can't. Like, Ono is your best backup. No, like you can't. I Carrington was definitely the better choice if I'm gonna get rid of somebody.
But it
Her,
also depends on what the Mystics want. Like, if I'm the Mystics, I'd
they're
probably
starting over. They don't like you. You need to be a little less picky.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
see the thing about the Mystics are just gonna like part of them pouring EDD is like it's like a franchise tag because you're like, okay, if you're leaving, we got to get something.
if I'm the Mystics, I think I'm gonna say I'm not making a trade without getting Ono. And if they say no, I'm gonna be like, LOL, just kidding. Send me characters. But I'm gonna at least lie. I, my voice gonna be shaking on that phone. I'm gonna be like, just we want Ono or no. And then when they be like, we can't really do that. We'll ask somebody else. And I'll be like, all right, chill out. Let's talk character. And then kick it back her backs. But I'm at least see. I gotta at least, for the love of the game, I gotta see.
I mean, I think Ono would be like really good with Shakira. Like the Mystics might eat
That's
with
Can
kind
that
you
of
one. They would eat
imagine?
with
yeah,
that one. They would eat
yeah.
with that.
That's
They
what
would eat
I'm
that one
thinking
thing.
from Washington's perspective. Like that's a great return. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you're losing. I mean, you're losing a player like EDD, but as far as returns can get, that's a good return.
I just saying honestly, they don't like if they not be nasty and they keep Natasha Cloud, then they don't even need Heidemann. So like, sorry to hurt, but I mean, like Ona would be a good like shit. I'd ask for her first too. Like, let me see what we can get. Like, we'll take her. But if I'm Connecticut, I'm not giving up Alyssa, Dewana, Bree, Ono, or Ty. Everybody else, good luck. But I'm keeping them five. Good luck to the rest of y'all, but I'm keeping them five.
Okay, well, I would, if not for EDD, if let's say the Mercury chord Skylar, and then we're trying to do the same thing, who is now on limit? Who could now be traded that was off limits beforehand?
First, I don't think any of them five. Because who else do you have outside of those five? You have Beck Allen, Natisha Heidemann, Carrington, Brown. I guess those are your other four. They only got 9 people. Oh, they only had 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah. I don't know if I would be willing to like give up any of them. Like, you gonna send Ty Harris to the trenches? I mean, no way.
Listen, it's not Connecticut's job to be worried about that. Sorry to
I
I'm
mean, it
listen,
isn't, but they're nasty. Like, that is not gonna get them in good faith with the basketball gods. I'm sorry.
if
It's
I
not.
am the Connecticut son, listen, I'm gonna send you a Christmas card. I'm sorry I gotta do this to you, but that is Skylar Diggins.
Mm, mm, I don't know, man. Because yeah, they get Skylar. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, who would they got to give up? They would have, let's say they give up Taisha and Dejanay for Skylar Diggins. They have Natisha Heideman. Natisha Heideman and Skylar Diggins. And y'all ain't got Tip Hayes no more. So it's about to be evidently clear that one of these people does not belong. And it ain't Skylar Diggins. So I don't know if I would be quick to give up Ty. Like, I don't know. We would have to talk about something else. Get a draft pick. We'll pick Peely and center there. They're going to hell for that too if they do. But look, we'll give y'all
I'm trying to think of. I don't know who else could. Jay, if y'all were interested in that trade, who would you be willing to give up?
Who do we still have under contract? Because I feel like we about to sign her outright. It's just that they cored her, so we couldn't do that. Let me look.
I about looked up Jay Trent Dream.
What y'all got? Ryan, Cheyenne.
Okay, so yeah, Ryan, Cheyenne,
Leash,
Airy, um, Ileana Rupert, LA, Haley, and Nas Hillman.
You sending are you sending Letitia and Haley Jones?
I would be sick. I would be sick. I would understand. I would understand, but I would be sick.
No. If
No.
I'm the dream, I'm not giving up Letitia. I'm not giving up Haley. I'm not giving up Ryan, Leash. And I guess we'll keep trying. Everybody else.
I think you speaking of it because you like them. But you got
no, because not even because you like them. That's your best five, right? Like Ari pick and choose when she want to hoop. Monique Billings pick and choose when she want to hoop. Like Ileana Rupert. Trying to be funny, but like Ileana Rupert, tick. Pack them up.
Yeah. See, and especially like I wouldn't want to give up LA, especially with us not having Nia Coffee. Like I feel like the front court we gonna need we gonna need some depth in the front court. And even if you bring on a player like EDD, like your depth becomes an issue because you bringing on a player that's missed a lot of time recently. So yeah, your depth there is gonna be important.
Yeah, so they can't be affording to losing they young people. Like sorry to them folks, but I don't know. I'm not giving up Letitia Aim here for I'm not whatever. But you know what? The way Miss Mamas be coaching, she might think that's a good plan. I don't know though.
I'm trying to think of what other team do you think would be in the sweepstakes?
The Mystics need to just be calling everybody. Like, what can we get? What can we possibly get for EDD? Who do I think will bite?
Chicago.
Chicago or Minnesota?
I don't know how willing Minnesota would, because I feel like I don't know. Does EDD push them over? I don't think EDD pushes them over.
No, I don't think so.
Does EDD push
so if it's Chicago, you're probably trading. If it's Chicago, you're probably trading Izzy B. That's probably the trade piece.
No shade to Izzy. She's very nice. She's a very nice woman. But she already didn't play last season, so you don't know what she finna bring. I can ship her out. Ship her out.
She will have a great time in DC. She will be a Rose Bar. Yeah, you go to Rose Bar after the games. Sorry to you. Yeah, I feel like with
You
the
know,
with the
Chicago could
sky,
have a lot more. Chicago could have a lot more assets if they didn't. You know,
Nasty man.
I feel like
Nasty
with the
man.
sky, the only people I'd be like, yeah, I need to keep at least like out of the people they currently have on salary is Kalia, Elizabeth Williams, Dana, and
You
I
said
want
Leah?
to,
Who was that?
huh?
You said Leah?
No, Kalia,
Oh.
Elizabeth Williams, Dana Evans, and I feel like they put a lot of stock into Marina Mabrey. You got to commit to
yeah,
that.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you have to keep Marina though. Like you invested too much.
But
So
I'm just saying, if the Mystics call and say we'll take just Marina and for Edie, do you wouldn't do it? I might.
Yeah.
the Mystics have to throw in a pick or something.
The Chicago does have a new front office, so I'm gonna hope that they smart, that they would ask for some a little additional. But
Because if they
one,
could somehow, and this is probably not likely, but a starting five of Dana Evans, Marina Mabrey, Kalia Copper, EDD, and Elizabeth Williams is very good.
well, you getting rid of Marina.
Okay, well let's
So
Dana
so
Evans,
you got Dana Evans, you got Top,
Kalia Copper,
you got
Ariel Powers, um,
No,
do
you
EDD,
you
will have
and
bring
Rebecca
Elizabeth Williams.
Gardner. You don't even need air. You don't need AP. You can get Rebecca Gardner. You can
you
Listen,
get
bring
I'll
Elizabeth
be
Williams,
somewhere.
EDD.
I just need her to be somewhere where somebody fly wherever many miles and come to see her play. She could play, and they don't have to fit. I can't have this happen to her again.
She
I'll be
will be in
damned.
a better predicament regardless of where she go. But I'm just saying, Chicago don't need if you can do 1-for-1 Marina for EDD, I might roll with it because Rebecca gonna come back. They sent Robin Parks an offer. She was all right. Morgan Birch, she was all right. They need to be figuring out how they can get Alana and Courtney Williams. That's who they need to be focused their money on.
Yeah, that's what I was that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, do you bring Courtney Williams back? I feel like you got to try
You
if that's the
have to
move you're
try.
making.
You have to try. Because, yeah. And especially if you're not going to like let Dana run the point full time, like somebody else got to be there.
But I need them to let her run the point full time. Actually,
I feel like they will. I mean, like I don't see Teaspoon being like sending her to the bench. So we'll see. But also they didn't put like it. They might not bring Ruthie back. So I'm like, or maybe she's a free agent. So maybe it's different. But we only have like what 4 days.
it's almost time for Dana Evans Unleashed, and I
Oh yeah,
need Teaspoon to
teams can
see a
start
vision.
making offers.
I hope these teams have been finessing and figuring out how they're gonna circumvent this cap and doing all this other shit because the Aces did. So I hope y'all done caught up.
You need to stop saying that about the Aces. For people really start thinking them folks circumvented the cap.
I already got caught once. What's the second round pick? What they take away? A second round pick or a first round pick and Becky couldn't coach one game? They got to do it again.
I don't think them things was related. Becky couldn't coach them 2 games because of her allegations.
Oh.
That we don't know. We still don't know if she beat or not. I don't know. But they said they didn't find anything about the cap space shit, the circumventing thing. That's why they didn't get no punishment.
Listen. if you steal from Walmart, all they're gonna do is tell you to put that bitch back. Niggas, niggas, niggas the same way with this. You try to circumvent the cap, and some nigga on your squad that's not supposed to be there, they're just gonna be like, you probably just gonna have to pay a fine. Mark Davis' pockets is deep. Do you hear me? They good. Oh, cool. I need people colluding. I need someone to get signed, and then 3 years down the line, you find out that they was talking to them in December. Like there was a coach at somebody Christmas party. Like oh, look at
DB is back on Instagram. I mean on Twitter to temper. Like that's why she got the account. She's already in Skylar's DMs.
I hope she would already have her number. They done been in All-Star games together.
Passing each other numbers around like, hey, yeah, we played together that one time.
You don't think niggas get me? Oh, come on now.
These niggas co-workers, man. What? No, because DBG is too old. They ain't even, yeah. But then again, Candace, they could know each other. They probably know each other.
Like some of them definitely be getting each other's numbers, and even if they don't like use it, like all of them seem like cool. Now, in certain players, I definitely feel like they like Sabrina, for example. I definitely feel like they was kind of just like, all right, girl, I'll see you. See you in a couple days when we play y'all.
Come on, that's kind of
it. I would never forget when the All-Star game was over and they were interviewing Drew Lloyd, and then they went to go get Sabrina, and everybody turned around.
Honestly, Fee's face was the funniest because she was like,
they were all facing towards. They were all facing towards Holly Road, and then as soon as they were like Sabrina, everybody turned and they walked in their own separate directions. I'm like,
why did they get that on camera? It was crazy.
I know.
I feel like everybody was like, be for real right now.
But that's what I'm saying. I know when that girl threw up in that trash can, them girls are texting each other. Like, I know you see this girl. They got her all over my TV all year, and she gonna throw up in the finals. Are you serious? I don't know, man. I know somebody probably texted Stewie like, I wouldn't throw up on you when it mattered.
That's crazy.
I would never. So we'll see. Like I said, 4 more days. It'll be an exciting episode when that first person gets signed. I need Skylar Diggins somewhere where, I mean, she don't have to win no championship because I'm with the Ace to win championship, but like, I just need her to be successful. Whatever that means to her. Not in a championship though, but like, I just need her to be successful.
It's like you really want the Aces 3-peat, but also
I do want to see these other players. I want to see these other players happy. I want to see Alyssa Thomas get over that mountain. I want to see the Connecticut Sun get that happy, get over that mountain. But like, I need that Aces 3-peat. So like, y'all might have to wait another year.
No, because I need DB to like. I know she's ready to retire, but I need her to get the win so we can talk about wire hangers winning. Like, I need it. Like, I need it so bad. But it's like also the Aces 3-peat would just be so legendary. But the wire hanger win.
BB, I don't know, man. You might have to.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Get BG on the vet minimum. Look, let's just wire hanger in the Connecticut Sun. Let's do a little powwow. One last time. The run. Just saying. Sounds fun. Be good for the league.
BG and the Warner Bonner and Alyssa Thomas and maybe Skylar Diggins or EDD is very nasty.
Listen, I need the whole top 3 2013. So that's EDV, BG, and Skylar Diggins Smith. Go ahead, just do one time. Y'all know y'all ready. Wrap it up. Maybe not Skylar, but y'all other two, y'all looking a little tired, and that's okay. It's been 10 years. Go ahead and just do it one time for the old heads, and then you can let the young niggas have the league back. I think it'll be a good transition time for everyone.
Well, I think that was everything on my agenda. That was everything on y'all's.
I think so.
That was fun. I think we get. How long do we take? My fault is that.
I think we right at 2. I think we're right at 2 hours.
We getting good with time. I respect that. But yeah, that has been another episode of Pull Up 3. We love y'all and appreciate y'all. Follow us on our new Instagram page, TikTok. Of course, we have the Twitter. I'll probably be a link tree in the description.
It should be in the bio on the TikTok and on the Instagram.
Wow, my co-hosts are amazing people. But yeah, we will see y'all. That was episode 5.